I would like to see it. I'd like to see them win and celebrate, but I also would rather see them celebrate on the field in Omaha. So whatever it takes to set that up, I'm all in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into TexAgs Rewind, presented by our friends at Specs here in the Rollo Insurance Studio. David Nuno here on Tuesday, May 21st, right? Am I right? May 21st?
It is May 21st.
She's Callie Gardner. We got Nick Savage behind the glass. Nick, favorite part of the show?
Scott Livingstone, obviously.
Yeah, he's good. You know what the cool thing about Scott Livingstone is? I feel bad. Like, he knows everybody that I want to interview. Like, so last year we got him to get Chuck Knobloch on the show. Today I texted him about getting somebody else on the show that he's working on. And he's also like a legend. I'm talking about Scott Livingstone. And he's awesome. He's got a podcast out. We had a great talk about baseball. Callie, what was your favorite part of the show?
I think it was Shireen Williams.
Shireen.
Yeah, she had a very, very energetic presence when she came on the show, and she was awesome.
It turned into DFW Sports Radio whenever she came on.
It did.
Why do you say it like you're so mad?
Yeah, come on, Nick. I'm
like
a DFW sports fan.
I feel like anytime we talk about Houston, the Astros, the Texans, everyone gets all cranky about it, but it's okay to talk about DFW. That's fine. And I'm not a Dallas hater. I don't really buy into that rivalry, but I don't see why it's a problem to talk about.
You do
Houston
realize
sports.
We do talk with John Harris every week, and he talks Houston perspective.
Yeah,
and
but I'm talking more so the Astros in the past.
Okay, well, and
it's been a problem.
Shireen's favorite team is the Astros, so there is
really?
that. All right, so we did that on the show. What else? We had Chris Gordy on, Locked On SEC, breaking down why teams will be better or maybe why they'll be worse. I think we'll do some of that on social. And Tom Hart, everyone's favorite Aggie lover out there. So check it out. It is the TexAgs Rewind. Well, let me go through the all SEC selections. Jackson Appel, Evan Aschenbeck, Jace Lavalette, and Braden Montgomery, first team honors. Kind of expected those, yeah. And then Ryan Prager, second team. And then the all-freshman team, Gavin Grohovic and Caden Sorrell, which I think Brody called that last week. He goes, Caden Sorrell is going to be on there. We all knew Gavin would be. And then both Lavalette and Braden Montgomery, all defensive team nods.
So do they make it that you can't make all SEC if you're a freshman? Because, I know Grohovic struggled a little bit late, but the year he put together.
Put together a phenomenal year. Look at Jackson Appel's year. What a year. Evan Aschenbeck, 5-1, 1.8 ERA. Yeah. He was Mr. Reliable for them.
Awesome.
He was Mr. Reliable last year, even better this year.
Yeah, he's really good, man. Glad he's on our team.
Yeah, no, it's fun to watch this team. Now it gets real. And by the way, I've been listening and reading. A&M can still be the overall number one seed. Still possible.
I probably have to
win a couple games in Hoover. It's possible. You could use some help too, but if you win a couple of big, they're number one in the RPI. Richard Zane in the house. Hi, Richard.
Nick, am I on?
You're not on yet, and now.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, buddy.
Just to close the book on the Ryan Prager first team discussion. The first team starting pitchers were Hagen Smith, the SEC Pitcher of the Year, and then Mississippi State's Cal Stevens. If you want to know how good Ryan Prager is, Mississippi State held Stevens back to pitch Saturday so it wouldn't be Prager versus Stevens on Friday night at Bluebell Park. That's how much respect Chris Lemonis had for what I believe to be the rightful second first team All-SEC starting pitcher in Ryan Prager.
The guy who went toe-to-toe with the guy who is the SEC Pitcher of the Year.
Yes. And
won.
He didn't win, right? They both got no decision.
The Aggies won.
The Aggies won, but Prager did last 7 innings versus the 6 that Smith threw. But,
Prager, you're the guy. Gordy, let's play the same game with A&M. Give me a reason why you think they're going to be better. And 7-5, they should be better, but that schedule, even though you get all those games at home, there are tough games at home that you're going to get against teams that are in the top 10.
Yeah, it's funny. Throughout the spring, I love what Mike Elko did through the transfer portal, and they've been kind of that quiet team sitting off to the side. I've been going, hey, I think A&M might be good this year. Like I think 8-4, 9-3. Like you do that, you're ahead of schedule, and we're off. And then I see all these people last few weeks starting to put A&M at number 24 and number 25 in their preseason rankings. People starting to pick them as their dark horse. I'm like, stop. I know Mike Elko's going, stop. Everybody stop picking us. Like, we want to be that secret team that nobody's talking about, and we kind of sneak up on you. So you're right. I mean, the schedule's tough. I do think they have a chance against Notre Dame in the opener better than Mike Elko. And man, how can you not be excited about what you saw from Nick Scorton in the spring? I mean, he's going to be awesome. I think he'll be one of the leading sackers in the SEC this year. But I mean, look, you do get Missouri at home. I mean, your road trips at Florida, at Mississippi State, at South Carolina, and at Auburn, they're not easy places to play. But like, if you had to pick road games, like those are better than going to, to Alabama or to Ole Miss or something like that. So I think the schedule is navigatable for A&M. And again, like I think most Aggie fans, if you said, look, y'all, you take that in year one of Mike Elko because of, how downtrodden you've been the last few years through those last final years of the Jimbo era.
I really would love to see a nice run in Hoover, win it, right? But I also understand the balance. That's been kind of a topic this week on the show. If it can come without expending your pitchers and without any injuries, go win the whole darn thing. But if not, get some rest and let's go do the thing that really matters.
Yeah, I think it's kind of I think I heard you say it earlier or ask it earlier to somebody. It's a win-win. It's, you go, you get some time in. And I know as a hitter, you don't want to have a long layoff of not playing and not having at bats and this and that. So you want to get your reps in between. And I feel for the coaches a little bit because it's kind of tough to navigate. You're trying to figure out how long do I throw Prager? How do I use my bullpen and have them ready for that next week? Because that's the important week, right? And of course, everybody wants to win the tournament. And when these guys get on the field, they're competitors. They're going to play. They're going to compete. They're going to try and win the game. And, I would like to see it. I'd like to see them win and celebrate, but I also would rather see them celebrate on the field in Omaha. So whatever it takes to set that up, I'm all in.
Scott Livingstone with us here on TexAgs Radio. Scott, 50 career home runs at Texas A&M. And Lord Tubbington right behind you. He may catch that here in the next couple of days.
He better, because I was actually going to talk about this on a podcast this week is, I get direct messages about people like, hey, some of your records going to be broken and this and that. How you feel about that? And actually, when I interviewed Gavin, we talked off air, if you will. It wasn't on the podcast. I said, it's a situation where that's okay. Because if I'm not wanting someone to break the records, then I'm not pulling for them. I want them to do well. I want them to win. And, I never viewed myself as a power hitter, but I actually did a little research back in the day, 50 home runs. Let's put it in context is that I did it in 4 years. My first 2 years, I actually had to look it up. I hit 10 my first year and 7 my second year. So that's 17 in 2 years. Jace is going to get 50 plus in 2 years. That's a power hitter.
Tom, how do you think success in Hoover translates to the rest of the postseason? Because obviously some of the top seeds, they just want to get their game in and get out. No, they'd like to take a trophy. A&M absolutely would want to win it all. But how you play in Hoover, maybe for the teams that are not guaranteed to be hosting a regional?
Well, I think it goes a long way, but there's this delicate balance in that as long as usually if you're an elite team, you have pitching depth, so it's okay. Like you can get through a handful of games. You can, those top 4 seeds, okay, we can play Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got the depth. We've played 5 games in a week, during the course of the season. Maybe you get lucky and you get a run rule victory and you could save an arm here or there. It's the other teams are playing the first day that it really taxes because, like, for example, Ole Miss is to get in. First of all, they have to stay above 500. They have to climb above 500 and stay there. I think they have to make it to Sunday to even have a chance. Their pitching depth just isn't made up to go on a deep run like that, play so many consecutive games and to do it well. And there's 2 schools of thought. Even when Arkansas was really good, when South Carolina was playing for national titles, those coaches were old school, like, man, we don't even want to be here. Just 2 and Q, let's get back to the house, let's get a day of rest, and let's get ready for a regional. And I understand that part of it. But as long as your pitching is lined up in a way and your first 3 starters are lined up in a way that they don't get overtaxed, the bullpen doesn't get overused, then it's a perfect tune-up. And I think there are other teams in the same category that like LSU of the years where they come here and it means something and it matters and they play hard as a team and their fans are in the stands going nuts for them. It's kind of the kickoff to a big postseason run. So it doesn't guarantee anything, and it doesn't doom you. But it depends on the makeup and the mentality of your team and what you need in a given moment and what you can survive.
All right, Callie, tell the people what they should do right now.
You should like, comment, subscribe, share, tell all your friends about it, and watch us every day on TexAgs Radio.
What are the chances that Will Fain in the back has made mistakes? You think high? The new intern?
Well, I'm just going to put it out there that I couldn't hear the show feed for about 30 minutes, but I'm not blaming anybody at all.
Sounds like you're blaming somebody. Sounds like you're blaming
That's
somebody.
crazy.
I might be blaming somebody that I've never met yet.
You haven't met Will?
Sorry.
That's really crazy.
Really bad impression.
Wait, you weren't invited to the party?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I don't think I'm in the loop, honestly. Maybe I am.
There really wasn't a
Wrap
party.
it up, y'all. I'm getting the stink eye from Richard, so we gotta
we got a
move.
meeting. See you next time.